Okay, this is writing linear equations, the third assignment for 3.2. If this looks familiar, it's because we started it in class, we didn't finish it, and 3.2 goes deeper into writing linear equations than 3.1 did, okay? All right, so the first scenario is where we're given the slope and the y-intercept, okay? So remember, slope is m, intercept is b, okay? And we're going to substitute the m and the b straight into y equals mx plus b. So slope is -3, y-intercept is -1, so m is -3, b is -1, so therefore the equation is y equals -3x minus 1, okay? Second one, slope is -1, intercept is 4, so the equation is y equals -x plus 4. Last one, slope is 1/2, intercept is 0, so the equation is just y equals 1/2 x. Okay, really straightforward, really easy. Okay. Second scenario is where you're given a slope and a point. So you're given the slope, but you're not given the y-intercept like we had up here. Okay, so our strategy is we're going to be substitute the slope and then substitute the point in order to solve for the y-intercept. Okay, and substitute the point where into y equals mx plus b. All right, let's take a look at an example. The line passes through the point, -4, 4, so this is x, this is y, and we've got a slope, which of course is m. Okay, write equation in slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. Let's substitute what we have. Y is 4. M is 5/2. X is -4 plus b. Okay, b we're going to leave. B we don't know. That's what we're solving for. So 4 equals -20/2 plus b, which of course 4 equals -10 plus b, add 10 to each side. All right, so 14 is equal to b. Now we're going to take this and the slope we had, which is over here. So we know m is 5/2, b is 14, so y equals mx plus b. M 5/2, and the intercept is 14. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, okay, same deal. X, y, m, y equals mx plus b. Right, so y is 8, -3/2 times -8 plus b equals 24/2 plus b. 8 equals 12 plus b minus 12 minus 12. So -4 is equal to b. So your equation is going to be y equals, the slope is -3/2, -3/2x minus 4. Okay. All right. So that's the first page. Let's go to the back. Okay. So next situation is where you're given the y-intercept and another point. So before we were given the slope and another point, okay? So we want to identify the y-intercept, and we're going to identify it from the graph. You have by the way, these have graphs, okay? Then use the fact that slope equals, well, how are we going to figure out slope from a graph? Well, we're going to use rise for run from the graph, and of course, I don't know why I put a blank here. We don't need that blank. Okay, substitute both into y equals mx plus b. All right, so again, we're going to start by identifying the intercept. What's the y-intercept of this? Well, it's just 0, goes through the origin. All right, slope, rise, over run. Okay, as I've said, make sure you're going from the left to the right. So start here, go here. So we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over, which of course is 1. So that means this equation, when we substitute this and this into y equals mx plus b, is just going to be y equals x. All right, number 7. Okay, same deal as above. The y-intercept is -1. Slope, start from here, go to here. We're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1, 2. So the slope is 3. Therefore, the equation y equals 3x minus 1. All right, next page. Number 8. So if you take a look at this one, right, we can get slope, no problem, using rise over run, but the issue here is the y-intercept. If you take a look at the graph, the y-intercept is somewhere between 4 and 5. It could be 4.5, but we don't know that. We can't accurately find the y-intercept just by looking, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna first get the slope, okay? So we're gonna calculate slope from the graph. All right, let's do that. So m equals rise over run. Okay, so of course from here to here, we're gonna go down 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 over. Okay, so the slope is -1 over 2. Okay, so we did this. Then we're gonna substitute any point into y equals mx plus b. Okay, any point that's on the graph. Okay, so it's got to be along here. I'm going to use this one because everything's positive over here. You could use this one as well, but then you're dealing with negatives when you don't need to. Okay, so the coordinates of that point are 1, 4. Okay, and this is going to be our x, this is going to be our y. Okay, we're going to use that to solve for the, what's the missing piece here? Well, we know the slope, we need the y-intercept. Okay, and we're going to substitute both into y equals mx plus b when we're done. Okay, so y equals mx plus b, 4 equals -1/2 times 1 plus b, 4 equals -1/2 plus b. I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to eliminate our fraction. So we have 8 equals -1, 2 times -1/2. Should see the 2's cancel. That's how I got -1 there. Plus 2b, okay, plus 1 to both sides. 9 equals 2b. So 9 over 2 is equal to b. All right, so we know our slope is -1/2. Our intercept is 9/2, so our equation is going to be y equals -1/2 x plus 9 over 2. Okay. Next one, slope. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so our slope is -5 over 4. For our point, we don't have a point where everything's positive, so I'm just going to use 2, -6. Okay, again, it doesn't matter which point you use. You can use this one or any other point that's clearly on the line. Okay, x, y equals mx plus b. -6 equals -5 over 4 times 2 plus b. -6 equals -10 over 4 plus b. Okay, so we're going to multiply everything by 4 to eliminate fractions. Negative 24 equals negative 10 plus 4b plus 10 to both sides. Negative 14 equals 4b. So b is negative 14 over 4. Simplify, negative 7 over 2. Okay. So we have the slope is negative 5 over 4. The intercept is negative 7 over 2. Equation y equals negative 5 over 4x minus 7 over 2. Okay. Applications. All right. So the Sugar Sweet Company is going to transport sugar to market. Cost $3,500 to rent trucks, and it will cost an additional $125 for each ton of sugar transported. Okay, C represent cost and S represent amount of sugar transported. Write an equation relating C to S. So see that the C comes first. That means it's going to come first in our equation. So C equals, well, the $3,500 you pay only once. So it's going to be $3,500, and then it's going to be $125 for each ton transported. So it's 125 times the amount of sugar transported, so plus 125s. Okay. Use this equation to find the total cost to transport 17 tons of sugar. So we know S equals 17. So we're just going to go 3,500 plus 125 times 17. And I don't know what that is off the top of my head. I don't have a calculator next to me, so I'll leave you to finish that. Okay, number 11, Susan's putting money into a checking account. She starts with $550, and each week adds 70. So S, total amount of money, W, number of weeks. Write an equation relating S to W. So our equations begin with S equals. Okay, starts with 550, and then adds 70 per week, so plus 70 W. And we want to know how total amount in the savings account after 19 weeks. That means W equals 19. So S is going to be 550 plus 70 times 19. Again, I'll leave you to figure out what that comes out to. Okay. Number 12, Bob is a software salesman. His base salary is $1,800. He makes an additional $80 for every copy of English is Fun that he sells. P represents pay, N represents number of copies. Write an equation relating P to N. So P equals. So his base salary, he means he only makes that once, so $1,800. And 80 for every copy, so plus 80 times the number of copies, which we call N. Okay. Use this equation to find total pay if he sells 23 copies. That means N equals 23. So P equals 1,800 plus 80 times 23. Okay, and again, I will leave you to finish that.